Now, the reason that I say don't feel bad, but for us, black people, to stumble across this phrase, because baby compared to man is what? In power terms.
Weak. Helpless. Helpless. Defenseless.
The beginning and the end.
The word is powerless.
Powerless. That's right.
Baby compared to man is powerless. Now, everybody comes from the continent of Africa. Human life began here. Black people were the first people, and I don't mean some higher monkey, were the mothers and fathers of everybody on the planet. Now, when white males have sexual relations with black women, they feel genetically powerless. Are you following me? And because we are their mothers, that's why they like the whole concept of mammy. They like to be fed by Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima. See, that really was why Oprah had a whole lot of love. Because, honey, baby, tell Mammy what's the matter. See, Oprah was saying to Shirley MacLaine one time, you know, Oprah was always talking about she needed to lose weight. And Shirley MacLaine said, just popped out of her mouth, if you lose your weight, you'll lose your show. Because they wanted subconsciously a nurturing mother figure. Do you see, they call the white woman who takes care of children a nanny. But they call the black woman a mammy.
In the final portion of her lecture, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing explains her well-known theory that the foundation of white supremacy is rooted in the fear of genetic annihilation. She argues that because white people are a global minority and produce recessive genes, they fear extinction through sexual reproduction with people of color. This fear, she explains, has manifested most prominently in the obsession with the black male genitalia. According to Dr. Welsing, the black male phallus contains the greatest concentration of melanin, making black men the greatest biological threat to white genetic survival. This fear is not merely abstract. It has been translated into concrete strategies of attacks against black men. Dr. Welsing emphasizes that the black male phallus has been targeted both physically and symbolically. She describes how white supremacists have constructed numerous structures, monuments, and symbols modeled after the black male phallus. These replications, while subconscious, reveal a simultaneous fear and fascination. At the same time, attacks on the black male, lynchings, castrations, mass incarceration, and stereotypes of hypersexuality are direct assaults designed to neutralize what white supremacy views as its greatest biological rival. For Welsing, these actions explain why the black male has consistently been at the center of white racist aggression.
The mother. Now look at this. I say that we pushed the albino mutants out. That's what the story of Adam and Eve is really all about. Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, they ate the forbidden fruit and became ashamed of their nakedness. And they were chased out of the Garden of Eden. So those were the albino mutants that black people produced. And the black people, thousands of years ago, did the same thing with the albino mutants that they're doing today. Rejecting them. See how quiet it got? I told some white people in New Hampshire, whole audience of white people, I said, you know, maybe we owe you all an apology. Maybe we were the first abusing parents. because we put you all as mutants out. And I thought they were going to start throwing their chairs. They sat just like little quiet mice. You see, and so what did they do? Time passes, we push them up into Africa, into Europe. You know, just look at your map. And right directly across from this big continent are these little tiny countries called Europe. And this is where the white people were pushed. But what did they do? They organized themselves, got in their boats, and came right back here and captured us and said, now, you all are going to take care of the white baby. Yep. You're going to put that black baby out in a box, nurse it when you can, but you're going to take care of us. So I'm saying slavery really was white people's reparations. Now see, if they buy that, then they got to buy that they're mutants. And we put them out. See, it's like after you function as a general psychiatrist and child psychiatrist for 40 years, and you see what the feelings are of children who have been abandoned. You see, that's one of the most painful things that can happen to a child. A child told me not long ago, nothing hurts more than that. See, nothing hurts more than that. We got to get that part together too. You see, so the person who was abandoned, Steve Jobs. You know Steve Jobs?
Yes.
One of the wealthiest people that the planet ever made. But he was angry because he had been given up for adoption. You see, he had all the money in the world, but people who knew him and were close to him, that he would break out in these angry episodes because he could not get over the fact that he was abandoned. So white people have been beating us, whipping us, kicking us, raping us, doing everything conceivable to us. You see, but I want them to buy the whole package. Because we put them out as mutants, and that's why they have a glorified slave system where the children were shipped away from the parents, and now they got a glorified foster care system. You see, with books full of children. You know, do you want these? You think you want this? Think you want this one? You see, so this is a sick system.
Yes, it is.
But, we can put our shoulders back and say, okay, if we did this to you all, we're sorry. But you have created a horrific, unjust system. And since we are the parents of the planet, we're going to get it straight. See, like if you are fortunate enough to have grandparents who didn't stand for any foolishness. We had a grandmother who just could look across the room and lift an eyebrow. And you would get yourself in place. They used to tell me when I was a trainee in child psychiatry at Children's Hospital, they would say, Dr. Welsing can get all the children well. I mean, these little white children were running around spitting on people and chasing teachers out of the room. And I just, brought my home training. We're not going to have that. And the white people were saying, well, they got to express themselves. I told the little children, you're going to sit in those chairs and put your bottom in the seat and act like you got some sense. And so they would say, well, how do you get them well? Okay, but let's look. I don't know if I can erase. So if there has to be an attack on black people in general, and black male persons in particular, and that attack says, I'm not going to allow you. Now, there, of course, are exceptions, but we're not going to allow you to be employed so that you can function as husband and father. So you can't just want to function as a husband and father. Like I tell people in my office, a marriage is a financial institution. If the financial base is not there, the marriage is not in place. Now, this is no offense to anybody. I remember asking medical students when I was teaching in the Department of Pediatrics at Howard University College of Medicine. And there were some white students and black students in the class. And so I said, now I'm going to ask you all a question, and I'm going to ask you to answer by race. I said, if the white male is unemployed, what does the wife do? These white male students said, she will leave. I asked the black students, they said, the wife will go to work. Do you see now what? You can take it all off. This is just a question of, wait a minute, we can get jobs. We are expected to have jobs. We are going to have jobs. The system is saying, I'm not going to allow the black male who is my competitor to have the same opportunity. So then they tell us, well, our families collapse, and it has to do something with what we're doing. No, this is racism, white supremacy, system planning. What happens when the father is not there? I've had male children say, Dr. Welsing, I think I could do my homework if I just had an official father. Another child said, if I had a father, he could at least taught me what goes on under the hood of a car. Now, this is black male children's depression and sorrow and hunger. It's not that the fathers are bad people. We are in a system structure that we have not been allowed to understand. Now, because the system, see, we keep thinking, well, they just don't understand. If they just change this legislation, you see, or if they just do this, if we all just love each other, what would happen if everybody loved and weren't looking at colors? White people would disappear. See, emancipation, Abraham Lincoln, if he said, okay, you're free, and now everybody is really free. And the black people and the white people all mixed up together, it would just be like President Obama. White would be gone because of the genetic dominance of black. So that they could not allow that to happen. They structured a system for their genetic survival. For their genetic survival. And now that black people and people of color are about to become the majority, then now they have to have stand your ground. See, if you come near me, if you frighten me, I have the right to kill at will.
Yes.
You see, which was the role of the police officer. They called it justifiable homicide. I thought he had a weapon. Well, gentlemen, you do. I'm going to put a picture on the book. I'm going to ask him to be a model. Okay. is what I thought he had a weapon. So Amadou Diallo could have a phone. Somebody else could have a pencil. But that's not where the mind of a white person is going. See, they don't talk openly about their fear of genetic annihilation. What they will do, they might say, well, who has the biggest penis? See, but even that preoccupation, I say, is less with size, although size may be a factor. But they are talking about the genetic power that is in the testicles. I had a person tell me who had their little 5-year-old child in a white school. And the little 5-year-old boy came home and told his mother that the little white boy in the shower said, "You have a big penis." Now the mother said she was shocked that these little people would be having this kind of discussion. So she picked herself up off of the kitchen floor and said, "Well, what did you say?" And he said, "I said all black boys have big noses." See, but this is the problem. I thought he had a weapon. He has genetically powerful material that can cause white genetic annihilation. So then the white brain computer says, must create weapon, can't do same thing. This is a side view of male genitalia. Turn it around 90 degrees and you have this. And what is that? A gun. And what do they call it? The great equalizer. Do you all follow me?
Sit.
The great equalizer. You have the genetic material, I don't. But I'll make me a weapon. Can do same thing. See, all of this is subconscious symbol formation in the brain computer. Just like the term motherfucker. You see, but out of this comes ball games. What are these called colloquially? Balls. Every season has a ball game. And what do they say? Keep your eye on. See, now, this is code. See, this is speaking to the subconscious. Keep your eye on the ball. So now, what else do they do with the balls? If you read the ISIS papers, don't tell. This same brain computer will turn out specific balls. So what are the two series of ball games in the system of racism, white supremacy? No. The two series of ball games, somebody read the book. Big brown and small white. Now see, they're, without being consciously aware, they make the white ball small because the genetic material is recessive. So I want ping pong, golf,
Yeah.
bowling ball. Now, to me, isn't this fascinating? See, in other words, what is in the subconscious is going to come out. You know, before psychiatry became pharmaceutical psychiatry, psychiatrists were trained to look at the symbols and to translate the symbolism. Anybody who's doing child psychiatry, you look at the children in the symbolic play that they engage in and translate that into understanding what are they worried about. What are they upset about? So ball games, I hope I didn't spoil anybody's Sunday afternoon. But what happens in these big brown balls? You have little white girls dancing on the side in short dresses. In football, you have the ball going where? Some white upright legs at the end of the field. I didn't make up the game. I just know how to look at it. See, the big brown basketball goes into a white net. This is a symbol of the female's vaginal organs. And what does the white female say is her ideal mate? Tall, dark, and handsome. Are you all with me?
Yes.
See, so racism, white supremacy, is playing out in front of us 24/7 times 365. You see, while we're talking about everybody ought to just get along. See, they might as well say we can't, because if we get along, we will not be able to genetically survive. You see, but I say the answer is, instead of black people denying racism, see, why is that crazy Welsing always talking about racism? Doesn't she have anything else to talk about? You see, or she's married to a white man. My husband was from West Africa, and he was you see, but it's like, well, can't we discredit what she's saying? We gotta be able to discredit it. Well, anyway, let's look at the game of billiards. How many people play?
Yeah.
Come on, gentlemen.
Got the white ball there. That's the last ball.
Okay, long stick, white ball, colored balls,
And the black ball. The white and black ball.
The game is about knocking the white ball, knocking all the colored balls under the table. Is that right?
Yeah.
And the black ball is what, the last to go in?
Yeah.
And the expression is, you don't want to be caught where? Behind the 8 ball. See, to be behind the 8 ball is the same thing as President Barack Obama being in the White House. And so-called being in a position to tell people what to do. See, now that's a no-no. Because if the black man can tell white people what to do, then that's the fear of white genetic annihilation. And they can't have it. You see, we have to make him fail. And have to make all of the other black men fail if possible. Make the children fail. Kill Emmett Till. Kill Trayvon. Kill all the others. Just give them money for drugs or bring in drugs for them. Bring in the guns so that they kill each other, and so we don't have to bother about that. They're taking care of killing those. Are you all with me?
Yeah.
A plus because they got their game going. But let's look at golf. See, I really want Tiger to come to my office. Tiger calls himself a Cavalasian. I mean, I'm not comfortable just being a black man. And so they've got his mind kind of messed up. First of all those white ladies who were chasing him.
Yes.
Apparently he was able to satisfy them. All the white men standing around angry. So he needs white people to like him. Tiger, I'm sorry, tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong. But he wants to be liked. Now he's the most powerful golf player in history. The best. Even when he's behind, they say he's the best. So no, we can't have that. We can't have that. What is the game about anyway? What do white men say? White women say their ideal mate is tall, dark, and handsome. What do white men say? White men say they're not men until they've had sexual relations with a black woman. So now look at the game that the most powerful white men play. See, the presidents play golf. So a long stick like this. Trying to get the little white ball in a hole in black Mother Earth. Now Tiger got the race thing straight so he could stand up and be, look, I'm black. I'm not Cavalasian unless I put it on my head. I'm a black man. Let me be a proud black man. And let me get this stick working again. Do you all understand? It's a mental thing. But if he wants to be liked, and the white people are standing there in the gallery and all of his mates being angry with him because he performed better than they could perform. So they're angry, but if he needs their approval, and if he needs their love, and they're being angry with him, thinking negatively about him, then he cannot perform. Are you all with me? So what do we do? What do we do? Black male-female relationship. Why should there be a black male-female relationship? We don't ever ask ourselves that. Why should there be a black male-female relationship?
Genetics power.
See, people have to have a reason for what they do. Now, when we were enslaved, the slave master had a reason for the relationship. A stud and a breeder to make slaves for the plantation. The central focus was sex. The slave master wasn't trying to develop black people to the highest level of their genetic and constitutional potential. Slavery was a phase of racism, white supremacy. So we are supposed to not be enslaved. We're still subject to the system. Now, if black people don't have in their minds that the reason for the black man and black woman coming together is to make a strong race of black people that that are going to go forth for 10,000 years into the future.
Right.
You see, now that's the goal that's quite different than I want to have sex. See, don't get quiet on me.
One of the most striking comparisons Dr. Welsing makes is between the black male phallus and the gun. She refers to the gun as the white supremacist's great equalizer, a phallic-shaped weapon intended to conquer and control the black world. Her interpretation is that white men created the gun as a symbolic and literal substitute for the power they feared in the black male body. If black men had the power to annihilate the white race through their reproductive capacity, then the gun became the tool for whites to annihilate black men in return. This dynamic, Dr. Welsing explains, is not coincidental, but deeply psychological. Dr. Welsing also analyzes American sports, another arena where subconscious fears about the black male phallus are acted out. In games centered around balls, whether attacking the balls, protecting the balls, or scoring with the balls, there is a symbolic fixation on the black male body and sexuality. These contests, while designed as entertainment, also reflect an underlying tension between white fear and black physical superiority. Ironically, while white male supremacists are fixated on controlling and neutralizing black men, white women have often fantasized about being with black men. Dr. Welsing notes that the image of the tall, dark, and handsome man reveals the attraction many white women feel towards black men, further fueling white male insecurity. In closing, Dr. Welsing stresses that the global system of white supremacy depends on maintaining division and preventing true unity between black men and women. She insists that if unity and solidarity are achieved, not only would it strengthen black families and communities, but it will ultimately threaten the existence of white supremacy itself. The fear of black love, black men and women uniting, reproducing, and building strong families lies at the heart of white supremacist strategies of domination. For this reason, Dr. Welsing concludes that black love is indeed a revolutionary act, and that understanding the psychology of white supremacy is essential for dismantling it.